Joe, seems like with Heyward, it's probably been a little more than just adrenaline. He's had a really good start to the season compared to what it was last season with him. What have you seen different from him?
Just the way he's using his hands as a hitter. It's playing different. It's presenting differently. He's got a different physical swing, which I think is really. I've talked to him about it. I have nothing to do with it. I was noticing it in spring training, so I was really into it. I just kept him aware that I'm watching very closely, and I like what you're doing. So I see an absolute difference in what he's doing in his setup and how he's throwing the head of the bat at the ball now more than pushing the bat through the zone. He's really firing right now.
And on the other hand, Javy has been having a great season, just like he finished off last season as well.
Yeah, Javy, it's different. It's just a different animal, man. He's so not concerned about making mistakes, and he's not concerned about failure. Those aren't options to him. If he makes a mistake, he knows I'm going to do well the next time. And if he has a bad game at the plate, also he knows that tomorrow's going to be fine. He's got a great method or attitude in regards to how to play this game. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't freak out, and I love him for that.
Is there anything about what's going on with him right now that kind of reminds you of early on last season? Chris wasn't out of the gate real strong. Javy was the guy that was strong.
He was.
When other guys weren't.
He was. I mean, he really carried us early on, but he kept it going all the way. Yeah, I mean, Riz is just who Riz is, and that's why you just alluded to it. I'm not. He and I talk all the time, and he's fine. He's just not feeling it yet, but he will, and he's going to get hot for a long time. Again, the back of his card indicates a lot of times he does this, and then he gets good, and then he stays good. Middle of April, I don't really read a whole lot into it. Just that we would be healthy. The well would be important. If we're healthy and well, and guys that are good are struggling, I'm fine with that. If you're not healthy or well, then it's a different method.
I'm not really sure how many times or how much the Cubs are implementing the shift this year, but definitely doesn't seem to be affecting Javy Baez on that side of the game, on having or having the opportunity to do these extraordinary plays at shortstop. At shortstop, yeah. Can you expand a little bit more on that?
Well, I mean, he grew up as one. He plays. He knows how to play shortstop. He's got the arm to play over there. He's got the brains to play over there. He knows exactly. Listen, this guy sees the baseball field as well as anybody that's alive today. He sees the field that well. And then the other thing is he permits himself to take chances or seek out new opportunities. He doesn't run away from that stuff. So no, it's no big surprise he's doing that well at shortstop.
You still want to see that instincts from the ball player? Seems like we're playing more and more percentages, and we're losing a little bit of the instincts.
I'm trying to promote the instinct. I really do. I'm into the numerical component. I'm into analytics, but not at the expense of the heartbeat. I think the moment you try to do too much for your guys out there, that might be part of the reason why people are complaining about the game of baseball. It's become too robotic. Analytics is such a sterile environment. It's played in a vacuum, and that's not where humans exist. So I think there's a balance to be derived from a good analytical department and your players. Realize, regardless of what analytical folks will tell us, coaches have to coach and players have to play and managers have to manage. It's still going to be the most important part of this. So I think if you just train the analytical side and avoid the other, you're missing out. And if you just train the tried and true old school and avoid the analytical, you're missing out. There's a balance to be derived.
Throughout the league, do you feel like the shifting specifically should be controlled in some way, somehow?
No, that's all organic. I think the shift should be controlled by hitters adopting different methods. And we are. I mean, we've done a pretty good job. The middle of the field exists. The opposite field exists. It's there and it's fair and it counts. So if you want to avoid defenses plugging you up pretty badly, then play with the whole field. And that's something you can nurture in the minor leagues. It's something that you can nurture in spring trainings. It's there to be nurtured. It's not easy to adapt to if you've never done it before, but if you get on top of it early enough, you can adapt.
Are we going to lose those plays that Omar Vizquel used to do back in shortstop, Ozzie Smith used to do? Do you think so?
No. I mean, Lindor's capable. My guy's capable. There's other guys that are capable. Gregorius, when he's out there. mean, Brandon Crawford, in his way, man, there's a lot of good defenders, very athletic defenders out there. Those guys were just otherworldly. Vizquel and Alomar, that's just different. Although, like I said, I think Javy and Lindor really stand out as the kind of player that are able to make those types of plays. Ozzy's another guy, though. I mean, that was ridiculous stuff.